Some national parks are easy to visit. These are the ones you have to earn. A top 1% traveler isn't just rich or lucky. It's someone willing to plan harder, travel farther, wake earlier, hike deeper, and chase the version of a park casual visitors almost always miss. Number 10. Voyageurs National Park, Minnesota. Imagine your national park day beginning not at a trailhead, but at a dock. That is Voyageurs. This northern Minnesota park near International Falls and the Canadian border works best by boat, canoe, kayak, or houseboat. Rainy Lake, Kabetogama Lake, Ash River, and Crane Lake are the main gateways, each leading into a maze of islands, coves, and forested shoreline. The appeal is not one famous overlook. It is the slow rhythm of moving across water, fishing for walleye, paddling at sunrise, or visiting Ellsworth Rock Gardens on a guided boat trip. Bald eagles, loons, beavers, otters, black bears, and occasional moose give the place a quiet wilderness energy. Voyageurs belongs here because it asks travelers to give up the normal road trip formula and experience a national park on water, under dark skies, with the northern lights sometimes glowing overhead. 9. Dry Tortugas National Park, Florida. Dry Tortugas makes you commit before the trip even begins. 70 miles west of Key West, it is reached only by ferry, seaplane, or private boat, and seats can sell out well ahead of time. That isolation is the whole reason it feels special. The first landmark is Fort Jefferson, a massive brick fortress sitting on Garden Key, surrounded by clear blue water. Walk the ramparts, circle the moat, snorkel near coral heads, or look for shipwreck remains just offshore. Sea turtles, reef fish, nurse sharks, barracuda, and migrating birds all add movement to the scene. Bush Key, when open, offers another important wildlife area, while Loggerhead Key draws experienced boaters farther out. Dry Tortugas fits this list because it turns a Florida park visit into a small ocean expedition, with history, snorkeling, and tropical remoteness packed into one unforgettable destination. 8. Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. The mountains do the talking first at Grand Teton. Sharp, dramatic, and rising almost straight from the valley floor, they stop nearly every visitor before the real adventure starts. Roadside classics like Schwabacher Landing, Oxbow Bend, Mormon Row, and Jenny Lake deserve time, especially around sunrise. But the top 1% version moves deeper into Cascade Canyon, climbs toward Lake Solitude, or follows the Teton Crest Trail through high alpine terrain. Moose often appear near water, bison and pronghorn roam open flats, and both black bears and grizzlies live in the greater ecosystem. Jackson Hole Airport makes arrival unusually simple, with Yellowstone close enough for a longer trip. Grand Teton earns its place here because convenience can be deceptive. The views are easy to admire from a car, but the park's most powerful moments usually wait beyond the busy pullouts, where altitude, distance, and effort change everything. 7. Yosemite National Park, California. Yosemite is not here because it is hidden. It is here because the famous version barely scratches the surface. The valley delivers El Capitan, Half Dome, Yosemite Falls, and Tunnel View, and those landmarks are iconic for a reason. Yet the more ambitious trip points toward Clouds Rest, Cathedral Lakes, Vogelsang, Mariposa Grove, and the Grand Canyon of the Tuolumne. These areas reveal granite domes, alpine basins, quiet meadows, and long wilderness routes far away from the densest crowds. Black bears, mule deer, coyotes, peregrine falcons, and Steller's jays are part of the experience. Travelers usually arrive by car after flying into Fresno, San Francisco, Sacramento, or Reno, with Tioga Road changing the plan by season. Yosemite belongs in this countdown because millions visit it, but only a smaller group sees the park as a vast backcountry world rather than a crowded valley. 6. Katmai National Park, Alaska. At Katmai, the headline has teeth, claws, and perfect timing. Brown bears gather at Brooks Falls when salmon surge upstream, creating one of the most famous wildlife scenes in North America. Reaching that platform, however, is not like pulling into a normal viewpoint. Many visitors fly through Anchorage and King's Salmon before continuing by float plane or boat to Brooks Camp. Beyond the bears, Katmai offers rivers, lakes, coastlines, tundra, and the Valley of 10,000 Smokes, where the 1912 Novarupta eruption left a surreal volcanic landscape. Wolves, moose, foxes, and large numbers of birds may also appear, though bears dominate the story. Fishing, photography, guided hikes, and backcountry travel shape longer visits. Katmai earns its place because timing, transport, cost, and wildlife safety all matter. The reward is a park experience that feels raw, spectacular, and impossible to duplicate anywhere else. Number 5. Glacier National Park, Montana. Glacier rewards the traveler who starts early and keeps going after the easy views. Going to the Sun Road, Logan Pass, Lake McDonald, and Hidden Lake Overlook can make a first visit unforgettable. Still, the park becomes more impressive when trails take over. Grinnell Glacier, Highline Trail, Many Glacier, Two Medicine, and the North Circle Loop reveal a wilder side filled with ridges, lakes, chalets, and long mountain days. Wildlife is a major part of the draw. Mountain goats, bighorn sheep, marmots, elk, moose, black bears, and grizzlies all live in this rugged ecosystem. Most travelers fly into Kalispell or Missoula, then drive toward West Glacier, St. Mary, or Many Glacier. Glacier fits this list because its best experiences often require permits, stamina, early alarms, and flexible plans when weather shifts quickly above treeline or along exposed passes. For many, the payoff is silence. 4. National Park of American Samoa. By the time a traveler reaches American Samoa, the trip already feels different from any mainland park. The flight to Pago Pago places you thousands of miles southwest of Hawaii, where volcanic ridges, rainforest, reefs, villages, and ocean views define the experience. On Tutuila, the Mount Alava Trail gives one of the best panoramas, while Lower Sama Ridge, Vatia, Pola Island, and nearby beaches show how dramatic the coastline can be. Ofu Beach, when included in a broader trip, may be the dream image: pale sand, clear water, and coral just offshore. Flying foxes, seabirds, reef fish, sea turtles, and coral ecosystems bring the wildlife angle. Local customs, village etiquette, and Samoan culture matter as much as scenery. This park ranks so high because distance alone is not the challenge. Visitors also need curiosity, humility, and respect for a place that feels culturally and geographically far beyond ordinary travel. 3. Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. Yellowstone earns its ranking by proving that fame and depth can exist in the same park. The standard route covers Old Faithful, Grand Prismatic Spring, Mammoth Hot Springs, Hayden Valley, and the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. Those places are essential, but the more elite experience often happens in quieter conditions. Lamar Valley before sunrise can deliver wolves, bison, coyotes, elk, foxes, bears, swans, and eagles in a single morning. Winter changes everything again, with snow coaches, steaming geyser basins, and wildlife standing out against white valleys. Slough Creek and the Beckler region add another layer for travelers willing to plan beyond the obvious loop. Airports near Bozeman, Jackson, Cody, and West Yellowstone make access flexible. Yellowstone belongs here because the park everyone knows still hides a more serious version, shaped by seasons, patience, wildlife knowledge, and time spent away from peak crowds. 2. Gates of the Arctic National Park, Alaska. There is no casual version of Gates of the Arctic. No entrance road leads into the park. No marked trail tells you where to go. No lodge waits near the next viewpoint. Travelers usually depend on bush plains from Bettles, Coldfoot, or other small communities, then continue through tundra, river valleys, and the Brooks Range with strong wilderness skills. Possible trips include backpacking beneath the Arrogech Peaks, rafting the Noatak or Kobuk, visiting Anaktuvuk Pass, or watching caribou move across open country. Grizzly bears, wolves, muskoxen, Dall sheep, raptors, and migrating herds shape the sense of scale. Gates ranks near the top because it offers almost none of the comfort people expect from national parks. Here, the route is earned, the silence feels enormous, and every decision matters, in a landscape that remains truly wild, remote, and unforgiving for visitors. Number 1. Denali National Park, Alaska. Denali takes the top spot because it combines size, wildlife, difficulty, and legend better than any other park on this list. The centerpiece is North America's tallest mountain, rising 20,310 feet, but the drama reaches far beyond the summit. Travelers usually arrive through Anchorage or Fairbanks, then continue by road or train before using the park's transit buses, tour buses, bicycles, or backcountry permits along Denali Park Road. Savage River, Polychrome Pass, Eielson Visitor Center, Wonder Lake, and remote mountain views create the main corridor. Grizzlies, wolves, caribou, moose, Dall sheep, foxes, and golden eagles move across huge open terrain. Flight-seeing trips reveal glaciers and peaks unreachable by road, while climbers face one of the world's great mountaineering objectives. Denali belongs at number 1 because it represents the ultimate national park flex. Vast, wild, unpredictable, and unforgettable when the mountain finally appears. That's our countdown. These parks prove that elite travel is not always about luxury. It is about effort, timing, patience, and seeing places in a way most visitors never will. If you enjoyed this countdown, you'll love this next video: the best national parks on the East Coast, ranked.